Welcome to Business Day. I'm Nivedita Mukherjee. I'm the Associate Dean of the School of Business at Oakland. We are so happy to welcome you to this session and the entire day. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce my co-host here, Megan Cole. She is going to be doing part of the presentation. She's part of our Business Honors Program and is the experiential program manager for the school. And Mackenzie Dowling is with admissions. So with that, I'll get going. So I'm going to talk about the Business Honors Program. This is a cohorted program. You heard a little bit about that in the panel, the alumni panel. This is a relatively new program. The university has an honors college, and you heard about that as well. This is an honors program dedicated for business students. We launched that in 2018, and there are four key components of the program that we like to call the pillars of the program. At the very foundation of the honors program is academic excellence, our commitment. So we have a lot of very high achieving students who had academically, highly challenged curriculum in their high school. So they're AP, IB students, and are interested in continuing in a highly academically challenging environment. So that academic excellence and commitment to it is at the heart of the program. So we have like-minded students who put that as at the center of their experience. Secondly, it's a cohorted program, which means that all of the students who are part of this program take the honors classes together as a group throughout the 4 years. And that's a wonderful experience because you build a network with students who are like-minded, and you really develop deep relationships with them, which can last a lifetime. And research shows that cohorted programs significantly help with not only the academic experience, but also with retention, with the students' entire college experience. So we are really thrilled to have that structure here. The program also includes some required co-curricular experiences because we strongly feel that that is very important. In addition to academics, students need to develop a strong career-related experiences while they are going through the program, so that when they are joining their jobs, they are well prepared for those situations. So we provide those real world experiences. And lastly, there are 16 courses that are part of this program. And those are all dedicated honors sections that the students take together as a group and as part of that cohort. So I'm going to share some statistics here. This shows the caliber of the students who've joined us in the 2018 and 19 cohorts. As you can see that we have the minimum requirements stated along with the averages of the statistics of the incoming cohorts for those 2 years. And the students far exceed our minimum standards. So we've been very, very happy with the 3 cohorts of students that we had. One of the questions that sometimes comes up in these presentations is, will the curriculum be more challenging? So how are we going to do? The curriculum is not more challenging. It is simply that in the honors classes, we make sure that the students are taught at a level that is appropriate for their academic background. So as you can see here, our students have been doing exceptionally well. So for a GPA that goes up to a 4.0, these are the average GPAs of the students in the three cohorts. The top number, 3.87, is the average of students who are in their senior year right now. So they've been doing exceptionally well. Just a quick difference between the Honors College and the Business Honors Program. You heard there was a brief presentation by the Honors College. Many of our students are part of both programs. We created this program with that in mind, that these would be complementary programs. And if anyone has any questions about that, we are happy to discuss this further. The requirements of the two programs do not clash. So we make sure that a student can successfully do both, and about 50% of our students do both. This is a list of the courses that are part of our honors program. So these are pretty much all the what we call the pre-core and core classes for any business student. We created honors sections, dedicated honors sections for each of them. And so these are not additional requirements. These are the requirements of any student, except that the honors students take them in dedicated honors sections with only students who belong to the honors program. This is a kind of a busy slide. This is like a 4-year plan that students get that shows how their 4-year curriculum is going to look like. The red courses are the honors courses, and it is just a visual to show that these are spread throughout the 4 years. So it's not only in the first year or second year or later years. It's a program that is spread throughout the 4 years. And I'm going to probably not spend too much time here. The main thing I want to highlight here is that we leave aside a semester in the junior year for students to dedicate that semester to a full-time internship or study abroad or anything like that. And there is a freshman seminar which substitutes for our required Achieve class, and we'll hear a little bit more about that from Megan. And we also substitute an Achieve class that comes at the very end. It's called Senior Experience. That is a substitute for the final Achieve class. And with that, I will turn it over to Megan.
Again, we don't want this program to ever turn into you just go to class and you leave, right? So if you're looking again to be really invested on the campus, serve your community, definitely a great spot. And my bias is entering, friends, but we offer every single month a variety of career events, service or community outreach events, and then engagement, aka fun. We want you to also enjoy your experience at Oakland University, to not only get to know your cohort, but then your sophomores, your juniors, and your senior cohorted peers as well. Global experience, again, it sounds like you're both, relatively close to Oakland University, yet we know we work in a global world. So we want to expose you to it. So we are very much proponents of study abroad. Exciting is your senior year, our 2 management classes. There's going to be an international component. Again, we're crossing our fingers, Dean McCurchie and I, that our students can still travel to potentially Argentina and learn how business is from there and learn about the culture as well. Internships. So again, I work closely, I partner with our career services within the school of business and meet with our students, and we do a reflection meeting, really seeing that the internship meet your expectations. What did you learn? What else would you still like to learn about the field? As well as I ask for feedback from the supervisor of the student, as well as your own feedback. We also have a variety of opportunities to engage leadership-wise. We ambassadors, they're the face of the school of business, ideas to business. So if you're passionate about entrepreneurship, scholars, they do case competitions and potentially receive tuition credit towards it if they win. So excited. Student managed fund investment class, which pretty exciting about this is we were awarded our school real live money that our students invest every semester. So really, again, that hands-on experiential learning opportunities as an undergraduate student. And then mentorship. So again, college is a new thing, right? And we don't want you feeling lost. And so if interested, we would partner you with a seasoned business honors program student, and they just engage with you and kind of be your person. Yeah, just to highlight again, our students in action. This is literally the lab here, friends, that you see me circling for the student managed fund investment class. We have Bloomberg terminals, board of visitors, there's our dean right there. These again are scholars, presentations. One of our class trips, every year school business students have the opportunity to go abroad. All right, international experience. And while we strongly encourage study abroad, we know, especially in the midst of everything going on, thanks COVID, right guys? We've gotten creative. And so actually engaging with a company that offers virtual international experiences. So we still want to bring that to the table. Student structured services. So again, I mentioned the internship. Again, what's really exciting is we have a specific program called SBC or School of Business Courses, where they're devoted to help you make you a business professional day one. And so we sit down, we review your we review your resume. We practice interviews with you. We talk about financial literacy, professional networking, professional etiquette, things of that nature, as well as Dean McCurchie alluded to our freshman and senior seminars specifically for our program. So again, even in this virtual environment, last month I was really fortunate that we had an individual who does nonprofit consulting come in and share her story. And at the end of the presentation, and we had about 25 of our students participate, so almost half of our cohorts, because we average about and intentionally keep it about 20 students per cohort, if you were wondering kind of the numbers. Because we want to give you that personalized attention, but really exciting, she offered internships for the students that were there. So again, it pays to get involved, right? So what's really exciting, I think, is I have the pleasure of really getting to know you all if you decide to join our program prior to you even coming to Oakland. So we'll meet again in person in August, your freshman cohort. And I usually take students and we do high rope scores, team building. I love to feed people. But yeah, and then I'm hopeful again that we can have the other cohorts join us. And we thought about last year, even then kind of COVID hit, but going to a park and see, just kind of engaging, playing games together, maybe going on the water, but really getting to know people prior to you even officially coming to OU. I have a group me started for students who have already been admitted to our program. And so they're able to engage, ask questions to one another. That being said, if you're interested in our program or you want to learn more information, again, as we mentioned, there's a lot of information today. Hopefully our goal of Business Day is that you leave excited to be a business student at Oakland University and know that we are here to answer any questions. That being said, on our website, we have more information about the Business Honors Program, as well as that supplemental application in which you can apply.